everyone, welcome to 4 Sides with me Anjali. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Sunday dedicated the new parliament building to 144 crore Indians. The 75 rupee coin and a stamp were unveiled on the occasion, but not before an elaborate ceremony involving Vedic chants, sanctifying the much discussed Sengol, the historic scepter. Prime Minister of India prostrated before the Sengol as mark of respect and carried it and placed it next to the chair of the Lok Sabha with Hindu religious heads from across India in attendance. It was the Tiruvaddurai Adinam or Mutt that took the responsibility of ceremonial installation of the Sengol.
On May 24, during an elaborate press conference, Home Minister Amit Shah shared with the press the long-forgotten story of the scepter or the Sengol in Tamil. However, only part of the story has sufficient proof while the rest is waiting to be authenticated. It is a ceremonial staff, the reference of which goes back in time to the Cholas and beyond. In the Chola Nadu of yore, the Sengol is said to signify the transfer of power from one king to the next. And back in 1947, head of Tiruvaddurai, Shaiva Mutt from Tamil Nadu, got a Sengol with gold plating done with a figurine of Nandi on the top of it made by a jeweller, Ummidi Bangaru Chetty. A delegation from the Mutt led by the High Priest met the first Prime Minister of India, Jawaharlal Nehru, and presented in the Sengol fashioned around the Chola scepter on the occasion of Indian independence. There is more to the story that calls for some clarity. Amit Shah also said that it was the last Viceroy to India, Lord Mountbatten, who was Governor General of independent India, Rajaji, for a symbol to transfer the power. And after much research, Rajaji discovered the significance of Sengol, and it was he who instructed the Shaiva Mutt to get it made. And Mountbatten presented the Sengol to Nehru as a symbol of sovereignty. It is this part of the story that calls for some clarity.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi's decision to take the scepter from Allahabad Museum and place it in the new parliament building based on this legacy has been mired in controversy from the beginning. One of the arguments is that it is an action driven by political intentions and Hindutva ideology. One could argue about the intentions, but surely there is no argument about where the Sengol came from. There are pictures and newspaper clippings to prove that it was indeed the representatives of the Mutt who went to New Delhi to give the Sengol to Jawaharlal Nehru. However, opposition party leaders and historians are questioning the authenticity of the Mountbatten episode. It is indeed some food for thought on how such an important occasion like transfer of power from the Britishers to the Prime Minister of India, so extensively documented by Indian and international press, does not mention the Lord Mountbatten or Rajaji.
All the news reports from 1947 of Tamil Nadu here presenting the Sengol to PM Nehru do not mention that it is for the purpose of transferring power. They neither mention Mountbatten nor Rajaji, and definitely do not mention any special flight that the seers took from Chennai to New Delhi, in which case it is indeed a present to Nehru. Also, the practice of Sengol is not limited to Cholas and is prevalent practice even in the monarchies of northern part of India and finds a mention in Kalidasa's Raghuvamsa as well, according to historians. A scepter, a symbol of power and transfer of power, was a practice in the West too, in ancient Greek, ancient Egypt, Persia, Rome, Brazil, and even England. One can find some of these scepters on display at the British Museum, the Vatican, and the Louvre. Coming back to the curious case of Sengol, Congress is also miffed at BJP's attempt to once again show Nehru in bad light by suggesting that Sengol was reduced to a walking stick. The scepter was labelled as golden walking stick gifted to Jawaharlal Nehru at Allahabad Museum. However, the museum officials attributed the mistake to lack of trained staff.
In today's world of fake news, there are a set of rules to identify fake news from real news, and any unverified claim is marked under categories like truth, false, partly true, partly false, and misleading. And now the responsibility to authenticate the claim that the Sengol was indeed presented by Mountbatten to Nehru is with the government of India.